Well, a very good evening to you, and welcome to yet another one of my beer reviews. Okay, I've done a review for a little while, so I thought it was about time I started reviewing a beer which I've had in the cupboard for a few weeks, and I've actually had it on keg down the Nag's Head in Reading, and I enjoyed it, but I haven't had it out of the bottle yet. So I thought, well, why not? Let's give it a go this evening. It's from Siren, which are becoming an extremely famous brewery. Oh, blimey, they've been voted as one of the best breweries in the world recently. Their stuff is absolutely phenomenal. And what's actually really nice is that they're now starting to produce some really interesting beers again, because they had a little bit of a lull in the last couple of years where, they're still producing good stuff, but nothing really interesting. But I think there's a new brewer that's taken over at the brewery recently, and some of the stuff that's coming out of there now is like, wow, this is really, really cool. And this is one which came out a little while ago. It's called Squealer, and basically it's a Brett beer. Now, some of you may not know what a Brett beer is, but I'll explain what that is in a minute. And basically, it is they also dry hopped with Amarillo, Simcoe, and Citra, and use a third of a pound of raspberries per gallon, which is quite a lot. That's a hell of a lot of raspberries. So basically, it's going to be quite a sour sort of tart beer. Now, the sourness will come from the Brett. Now, Brett is short of Brettanomyces. Now, okay, I'll explain what a Brett is because I haven't actually reviewed a Brett beer yet. And if you're going to basically brew a Brett beer, even, you need to be very careful how you do it because, in essence, Brettanomyces is a contaminant. Um, it is a form, basically, it's from the fungi family. It's basically a non-sporing version of yeast, basically. And a lot of breweries will avoid it like the plague. And it occurs naturally in the wild. You find it on the skin of fruit. And but a lot of Belgian breweries, well, use it. And for example, the Lambic and the Goose beers you get, for example, Cantillon Brewery in Brussels, all their beers are lambic beers, and basically all their beers are Brettanomyces, and it gives a really beautiful sort of sour taste. Although, if you're going to start doing a Brettanomyces beer, you need to be very careful. For example, if you don't get rid of it and clean it and disinfect it after you've done it properly, it can contaminate all the other beer in your brewery really, really easily and spoil the entire lot. So a lot of breweries, for that reason, don't like to use it because it's just a handful. It's a risk. It really is. But Siren Craft are a big brewery now. They've obviously got a designated area in the brewery which they can use Brettanomyces, and they produce this stuff, Squealer. Right, it's basically it's called itself a raspberry sour. It comes in at 6.5% ABV, so it's quite pokey. And like all Siren Craft beers, it's a 330 ml bottle. And as I've already said, it's a Brettanomyces beer, and they're using some interesting hops as well: Simcoe, Citra, and Amarillo. And yeah, I've got a little dish here. Now, the reason why I do that is because I've opened bottles of Siren Craft beers before that I've had for a little while, and they can be very, very lively. So I don't want to make a mess. So I'm going to open it now and pop it in the bowl, and hopefully I won't have to use the bowl, and it won't make a mess. But I just want to be careful. So anyway, let's get this bad boy open. Okay, and yeah, fine, all good. No need. It's not going to make a mess. Okay, here's my little Grumpy Goat glass. Here it is. Fantastic shop in Reading if you haven't been there before. If you're ever in town, pop in. Wonderful place. Anyway, let's get it in the glass. Okay, that is pouring with good carbonation. Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. Lovely. Fantastic. Okay, we'll stop there. Great carbonation. We've got a 2-finger head going on. Look at those bubbles. Fantastic. Lovely colour as well. And actually, I can actually smell the sourness from here already. And nice colour. Really lovely colour, that. That's fantastic. Okay, right. Let's go with the nose. Oh, you can smell the raspberries. Big time. Really big raspberry hit. But you can smell the sourness as well. I mean, I know you like sourness as a taste, it's not an aroma, but you can smell it. It's really there. yeah, you're not getting much more of anything else really. You're getting the sourness and you're getting the raspberries, and that's pretty much everything on the nose. But anyway, let's go with the taste. Cheers. Yeah, it's tart. Oh, it is tart. It really is. The raspberries are really sharp, but they're there. You can definitely taste the raspberries. Oh, blimey. And it's a sour beer, but the sourness is sharp. It's a really sharp, tart tasting beer. And I've had a few sours recently where the sourness has been more subtle. That isn't. That's really in your face. Ooh, okay. Yeah, let's go in again. Cheers. Yeah, I don't. I don't dislike sour beers. I really do like some out there. Some great sour beers. But that's really sharp. Um, I don't know if it's something to do with the fact I've had it in the bottle for a while. I don't know. I mean, it's certainly well in date. I don't know. It's not for me. I've had quite a few Brett beers recently, which have been really great. I've had a couple from some of the Danish breweries that have been outstanding. That just doesn't do it for me. It's just the raspberry just doesn't seem to work with the Brettamonis. I mean, maybe that's just my imagination. I don't know, but I don't rate that at all. Yeah, okay. Here it is. Squealer from Siren, uh, who are based in Finchampstead in Berkshire on an industrial estate. Around the corner from there is Elusive, my mate Andy Parker's brewery, which is about a third of the size. Well, no, probably less than that actually, about an eighth of the size actually. They're based in the same industrial estate. Would I drink that again? I don't think I would. To be fair, I'm really not impressed by that. It's just not to my palate at all. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, you know. If you like sort of sharp, tart tasting beers, if you like your Brett and Monty's beers, you'll probably enjoy that. It's just not my cup of tea or my glass of beer as such. Um, so, what would I give that out of 10? It's a tough one because there's nothing wrong with it. It's just not my style. But I will base, base my sort of opinion on my preference as such. So, for me, it's a 6 out of 10 beer. 6 out of 10. Siren Craft Squealer coming in at 6.5 ABV even in a 330ml bottle. You like your Brettamonis beers, you like your sharp sort of tart tasting beers, you'll enjoy that. If you don't bother with it because it really won't be your sort of thing. But anyway, thank you very much for listening and all the best. Cheers, goodbye.